I am happy to be here with my colleagues in the cabinet, and let me bring the apologies of those who are absent and abroad on service to the country. The Honorable Attorney General is absent on official business. The Honorable Van Semery, and you have heard that the Honorable Mark Brantley is also absent from state on official duty. And the Honorable Sean Richards is in Dubai, accompanying the national team of the Special Olympics as they do contests on behalf of the country there. We have here with us, and you have welcomed them before, but we are celebrating 4 years of a team unity administration, 4 years of working for you. And it would be remiss of me if I did not commend this hard-working team of men and women who have been working for you, the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. So help me, with your round of applause, acknowledge the Honorable Lindsay Grant, our Minister of Tourism, the Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Parliamentary Representative Eugene Hamilton, and the Honorable Patrice Liebert, Senator Wendy Phipps, our Cabinet Secretary, and of course Ambassador Michael Powell, and all the other officials of government who are here. It has truly been a team effort that has brought the country from where it was in the mire and clay in 2015 to where we are now, a proud, beautiful, small country doing wonders. And we as the citizens and residents of St. Kitts and Nevis can certainly feel proud. Proud that in so many areas your St. Kitts and Nevis is #1. The other day we heard the Chief Justice, Madame Pereira, speaking at a special forum at the Royal St. Kitts Hotel. And she was saying to us, you know, she heard Antigua boasting about its ranking and the World Justice Project Ease of Doing Business report. What did Antigua do? Antigua came second in the OECS and 33 or something like that in the world. She said, you in St. Kitts and Nevis have so much more to be proud of because we are #1 in the OECS, number 30 in the world. #1 in the OECS. That is where we are at. And interestingly, when you listen to some of the jokers and hypocrites on national radio condemning the government, because if we do, we damn, and if we don't, we damn. And they say one of the areas of anxiety for them is the matter of good governance. And I ask how easy those guys forget from whence they came. How easy some people to slide back in the game of forgetfulness because they know that under Denzel Douglas, democracy was being undermined. and we have brought it back home to the people to whom it belongs. The World Justice Project Report examined the level of good governance in St. Kitts and Nevis, examine transparency in our government, examine the level of corruption, if any, in our country, and they found that St. Kitts and Nevis was the best performing government and the rule of law. So when I hear some of these people criticizing, they want help. They're not serious. And that is why sometimes, rather than get yourself frustrated by listening to the nonsense which they speak week after week, and then you're calling me, Lord, the red man last night, he said some things, and if I did, I tell you, don't let your pressure go up, just lock them off. Lock them off. Why is it you're going to listen to those lies and propaganda, and then you're worrying yourself? You know, these are people, unless they put their hands on power, they will never be satisfied. And there are some people in this country who believe that because of their color, because of their station in life, they are to run things. And if you put it in their hand, they will run it down to the ground. And sometimes when you hear them talking, because they know just come, you must ask yourself, what has been the record? What has been their record when they were there in government? And then you recognize the devil can't correct sin. And that is what they want to do. The devil can't correct sin. And that is the reality. People all over the world marveling about our progress. We just had the heads of CARICOM come here. Over 170 persons came in for the convention, and every day they're commending us. Prime Minister Harris, your country is on the move. Your country has changed. Your country is developing. Your infrastructure is so nice. Yes, it is. The smallest country in the world is the best managed country in the world, thanks to you. And you know, you listen to the news, you hear what is happening elsewhere, you hear over 3,500 persons put out of work in Barbados because they are under an IMF program. You hear that? You hear what portends to happen when LIAT begins its restructuring program. What will happen to wages and jobs in other countries? You hear what is happening in Trinidad and Tobago and elsewhere, and you pause in amazement to say, under Dr. Timothy Harris, month after month, our civil servants go home with their pay. Because we are managing our country well. We're managing it so well that nowhere else in the world has any government provided a 13-month salary in the manner in which we have done it back to back. We have managed so well that while some countries are saying that they are under pressure, they are going into an IMF program. Thank God, because we know how to do things in this our country, because we have pride, because we have management skills. We took the decision and we paid off the IMF $117 million in one blow. I did that to signal to the country and the rest of the world that never again with St. Kitts and Nevis be so recklessly managed as it was by Denzel Douglas, so that we had to go begging to the IMF for over $250 million to pay salaries for civil servants. Never again it will happen on the team unity. Lest we forget from whence we came. We have a lot of things about which we can be proud. When the IMF was here, they said that water had to go up 600%. That is Douglas' record. They said that electricity had to go up 85%. That is Douglas' record. It was right here in Keon that Douglas called a meeting, and with his hypocrisy, he encouraged the people of the party to come out for Labor Day to march against the high cost of electricity. He said, oh Lord, he didn't know what so high the electricity is. And when he asked, who will march with him? It was Joan Mitchum, who is here somewhere, see Joan there, who said to him, come march with you? You think we're stupid? You think this all fools day? You think this all fools day? Is you carry it up, just as you carry it up, you could take it back down. He has never forgiven Joan up to today. But Joan don't mind. Sunday, he went to church, I am told. And at the church, he said that 3 years in opposition or 4, he even forget how long he did. He said 3, but it's 4 now and counting. Since he has been in opposition, he learned a couple things. And one of it, he said that he have to forgive. Well, up to yet he ain't forgive John. And you know, never in his life will he forgive me. So, talk is cheap. Whiskey, the ambassador would say, costs money. And that is the problem. They have a credibility crisis. And they know, having wasted the time of the people of the country, they stand zero chance of getting back into office. Because the people of Keon, like the people of Connery and Keys, will not go back to their vomit. They will not go back to that which they have rejected. They will not. So all these little things he's saying no to fool people. Everybody knows that Denzel Douglas is a stranger to the truth. But beyond that, it is the fact that you can feel proud of what your government has been doing for you and has accomplished in the last 4 years. And I put it to you now that no other government in living memory has performed the way the Team Unity administration has performed. We have a record to talk about in financial management. That is why when sometimes they talk in stupidness, oh, they want to see IMF report. Me no IMF. Me no IMF. So nothing there for them to report. Douglas needed their report to get the okay to go ahead and do things. Well, if you know the bank, what am I call you for? What they gonna be calling you for? You ain't got no business with them. So we are moving the country. That is why we are able to start the most massive road resurfacing program in the last 20 years. From Canary to Keys. And then you go around the other side where you start patches in West. From camps all the way down where they are to Challengers. And all of that we're doing from our own money. And somebody must ask, what was Douglas doing with the billions of dollars he said he had? What was he doing? So that in 4 years, the things that he said he could not do, Team Unity doing them so easily. Is it? The roads in a horrible state. Come Thursday, we started it. And we're going to finish it. Come Thursday, right here at Keys Extension, next to the church. Right name? Cipriani Williams Church. We are going to be having a ceremony to which all of you are invited. 9 local contractors will be coming forward to sign to begin the second phase of the Island Main Road resurfacing project. $43 million to be expended. Your own money from sensible management of the economy. That is what is happening. 22 miles of roads to be done. Widened, as we have done there in Keys, where the possibility exists. Drainage put in place. Sidewalks being we are moving forward. Envy you too good. We are moving forward, and we must ensure that the country continues to move forward and upward under the able leadership of Team Unity. So I say thank you for that wisdom and vision you had way back then. When you had a choice, you chose Team Unity. For my part, I remain humbled that I, the son of a poor woman and a poor father who worked in the sugar industry, came all the way from Cotton Ground in Nevis, never returned, fathered 33 sons and daughters in St. Kitts. And I, the third child of my poor mother, because of your love, have been risen to become the country's third Prime Minister. I say thank you. And I will never forget you. I will do all that I reasonably can to assist our people, to make you proud of your government, and to improve your lot. That is why we have determined that it is not nice that so many persons, after 20 years of the rejected regime, they refused to put in place a health program that would benefit everybody. They never were concerned about that. Douglas, in the first term, took ill, couldn't walk. Douglas flew out on a private jet owned by the principals of the Marriott Hotel. He has big friends. Douglas incurred a bill at the health facility in New York of over $500,000. $500,000. If you sick, you ain't got no godfather. You like me ain't have no godmother. All of them dead. How you gonna get that done? But Douglas represented a constituency which he said was the poorest constituency in the country. And Douglas left it as he met it 30 years after he came, the poorest constituency. Look at Depe, look at St. Paul's, look at Parsons, the same story of neglect by a man who is pining for political power 30 years after. He must want to be a Mugabe, not in St. Kitts, never again. He wants to be an Idi Amin, not in St. Kitts, never again. If he wants to be a Papa Doc in Haiti, not in St. Kitts, never again. Never again. And you, the people, will prevent him from getting his greedy and corrupt hands and power again, because he wants to come back to do a vendetta on behalf of the people. What are we doing in contrast to that rejected thing? We have already, with the help of Eugene Hamilton, asked him to put his expertise as an insurance man to work on behalf of the people. And we are talking now about a national health insurance plan, so that wherever you are, wherever you live, whether you're rich or poor, if sickness comes, you don't have to worry, because there will be an insurance fund available to take care of your financial needs. First time it will happen anywhere, and it will be under team unity. That is what we're doing. The contrast is clear. The government, after 20 years of Douglas, had become paralyzed. They had become a disabled government, a dysfunctional government. They said way back in 2000, and they're wrapping up soon, that they were going to build out the traffic lights in Bastille, in Cairn, in Sandy Point. Never happened. And when Patrice Libert came up with the idea, they were so shocked. They said it couldn't happen. Lord, they're going to have so many accidents, said Marcella. She didn't want no more accident in town. St. Kitts people ain't know how to drive. They can't understand signal. Oh, Marcella. Poor Marcella. More fraud at Nomabi. Look what happened to Kayan Street now. Look what happened. The country welcomed the advent into modernity, because, you know, if in small St. Martin they got traffic lights, in small Anguilla they have traffic lights. When you travel, you adjust. And you can do it too. And we have done it. Done it. And the confusion the myopic people in opposition predicted has not come in the traffic flows. In 2004, in their manifesto, they promised that by January of 2005, they would have started a second cruise pair. Ain't happened in 2005, ain't happened in 2006, ain't happened in 2007, ain't happened in 2008, ain't happened in 2009, ain't happened in 2010, ain't happened in 2011, ain't happening now under your team unity government. They were a problem government. We are the solution to the problem. The Douglas administration was like a problem child. We are the solution to the problems. That is what we have proven. So I want to big up the incredible Minister of Public Infrastructure. Give him a round of applause. Our East Bus Terminal. Look at it. For all the time it should have happened. Only happening now that you remove the problem, the stumbling block to progress in our country. Team Unity delivers. Down at the ferry terminal, air-conditioned seating while you wait your ferry to and from Nevis. Promise they could not fulfill. Happened under your Team Unity government. You have a government then that is performing. And impossible things we are doing. Before my time, they had all these hurricanes. When hurricane come and they give you a rough up, you take your blows because you can't fight nature. Sometimes you have a little insurance, the insurance take advantage of you, you get no help at all. They say they have to do a deductible first. And sometimes nothing. They tell you surprising news. You undervalue the property, but when you were paying your premium, they didn't tell you that. But suddenly when payout come now, you undervalue. So you can't get. What did this government do? We introduced a hurricane relief program, and we have assisted over 2,600 households. First time in the history. And a friend in St. Paul's, Douglas said he started forgiving. The lady in St. Paul's, and St. Paul's get the most, up to yet he ain't forgive her. Because she thanked me for helping her with house. And she said for years under Douglas, all the hurricane passed, she never get a zinc from Denzel Douglas. So she saw me and she thanked me. She said, Mr. Prime Minister, I will tell you I vote Labour all my life. The man never helped me. I talked to your brother, and your brother told me he will look into it. I want to thank you. Look at my roof. God bless you, God bless you, God bless you. That is the lady sincerely expressing her thanks to the government. She said, I pray for you at mornings and I pray for you at night. I said, thank you, thank you. I said, what about lunchtime? He said, don't pray at lunchtime. That is when I have my lunch. But I am satisfied. 3 times a day, she gets on her knees and she prays for Dr. Harris and the Team Unity government. These accomplishments which we are having, you must not take for granted. Count your blessings, count them one by one. And it will surprise you what we have done. Eugene has enumerated many things, and I will end on this note. If there is one area of life in Kayard of which I am disappointed, because I spent 5 years here at the Kayard High School, it has to do with the level of criminal activity. The development of gangs in our country, in our region, is a worrisome matter for all of us in the Caribbean. And that, you know, is interesting. In 2005, Dwyer Stefan was Minister of Tourism. Dwyer was talking about the widespread development of gangs in St. Kitts and Nevis. 20 years of Denzel Douglas, he was unable to dismantle the gangs and the criminal elements, so that in 2011 we had 35 homicides, the highest on record in our country. You therefore can't expect that Douglas is going to come to lecture us about solutions, for that is the devil wanting to correct sin. His sin, his mismanagement of the socioeconomic infrastructure is one of the causal factors that have led us where we are at. And so I make an appeal to all your parents and guardians. Kayard must be better. And Kayardites and the people of Kayard must do better. You know right from wrong. You have Moravian Church, Anglican Church, Elm Chapel, and whatever else you all have. You know right from wrong. We are making an appeal. Put down your arms. Put down your guns. It's time. It's time to end the warring between Lower Kayard and Upper Kayard. It is time to end it. It is time to let peace reign. It is time for the people to be able to walk up and down to Kayard, every alleyway, every highway, every nick and cranny without fear. It is time we restore respect and love for each other and for our communities. Time out. Time out. And you, the parents, who know your children are in gangs, warn them. Gang life is no life. Eventually they will die by guns prematurely. That is what all of the last 20 years have revealed as certainty. So you can't be taking the money and then say, that is the one who will look after me. Look after you for how long? For how long? And this is why I bring the police message. You see something, say something. The life you may save is your own. I want to commend persons like Lennox Liebert, my good friend, who came back from Kayard, set up an association to help redirect Kayard to a new level of entrepreneurship and service to the people of Kayard and to the people of our country. I say to all in Kayard, let us join hands with the Honorable Eugene Hamilton and all people of goodwill to preserve the integrity of life in Kayard and in Green Valley, but more than that, to ensure that Kayard would bloom as it bloomed before. Businesses will rise. Young people will find opportunity to earn through honest labor. We can get there if you are committed, if you are willing. We can find and make Kayard and Green Valley and all of St. Kitts a better place. Just imagine it and just do it. Last word to you. Yes, I want to invite all of you to Patsy Allers on Saturday afternoon when the party, the People's Labour Party, see all of them decked in the orange. You all wash them and get them ready for Saturday. Join all of us as one family as we celebrate democracy in our party, the democracy that we have brought to life. You know, with Dr. Harris leading this country for the next several years, with the team unity in government for the next several decades, your tomorrow will be better than your today. Thank you and God bless you.